Are you interested in learning a little bit more about gardening on a path to whole person wellness, maybe even with a little bit of homesteading thrown in there? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Stacy Menton from singingmamashomestead.com, where we provide information for singers and professional voice users about vocal wellness on a path to whole person wellness. And today is a little bit more about that whole person wellness. You can see I'm outside in my backyard actually, and getting ready to plant some really lovely plants that are in front of me over here. And I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I discovered were helpful for me, things that I've learned, and things that I look forward to learning alongside with you. Mostly the things that I look forward to learning alongside with you are how to turn my black thumb into a green thumb. I have not killed my orange trees. I have, I think, 5 or 6 of them in my backyard. But every time I put stuff in my garden, I don't kill it, but I don't necessarily take good care of it. And I think we've only eaten lettuce out of it once, maybe. Otherwise, I've grown things and then not done anything with them. So I'm going to be attempting my spring garden today, and I figured I'd let you follow along with me. All right, let's get into it. So to start with, this is my plan for the garden. You can see over on the left side here, I made a whole list of all the things I plan on planting. And then there's 2 8-foot by 2-foot garden beds and a pot. And I might change some things about this as I go along, but this is kind of the plan for now. All right. So, lettuce, we do 4 of these per square foot. And these, I don't really need my gloves for, because I'm just going to put them in. And the packet says surface to 1/8 inch. So they really don't need to go low. So you don't want to dig anything. But we want to do 4. So 1. I usually do 2 seeds in each side just to make sure I get at least 4. And then 3 4. And then I'm just gonna cover them up a little bit with some dirt, but not much. There we go. So that's how I go with the seeds. I'm gonna do that all the way through. And now I'm gonna plant this marigold here that you're looking at. All right. So, first thing I'm gonna do is dig a hole about twice as wide. Now I'm hitting, this is actually my water supply, so I'm gonna come a little further forward. And that's about as deep as I'm gonna be able to get this. So I'm gonna mound everything on top too. Ooh, I found a weed. Just a second. It's important to take these out if you find them. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to take this out, and they come out pretty easy usually. And then you want to make it kind of even with the soil. And I'm just going to come around the other side there to really make sure that I've got it going pretty good over here. Just mounding everything up around it so that the roots can take into the soil I have here. And that's it. So this is probably the nicest you will see my garden. So I have things I've learned. First of all, you want to know where you planted seeds. So I have stakes in each square where I planted seeds. And I have some plans for future seeds, like some extra lettuce as we go along. And I have a couple of flowers that aren't available yet. And if you look here, there's a nice little bee on my blueberry bushes. I bought 3 of them this time. I learned that 3 is the perfect number to have because they pollinate each other then. And then I also have 2 different types of daisies here. Well, 3. I have Gerber daisies, and then this grassy one is some kind of daisy as well, and then that one's going to be a daisy once it blooms. And I've started, something else I learned is that things like marigolds are really good at A, attracting pollinators, and B, fighting off some of the things that you don't want in your garden. Other things I've learned, that you plant all of your vining crops in the back row so that they can go up the vine. So in the back there, I'm going to have, there's going to be a tomato plant on the corner, and then what's planted there right now is pole beans. Then we'll also have a cherry tomato plant, and then I forget what goes behind the strawberries, but it's something else. And then I have a butternut squash and a watermelon. And then the front there, you can see there's a marigold to keep pests away. We have some basil. The next one's going to be, broccoli or cauliflower or something's going to go in the front there. Or maybe it's a flower. And then there's strawberries. Those are zinnias, lavender, marigold, rosemary. More zinnias over here. There's oregano. And I planted some things here and here. So everything's looking pretty good. And then I have over there next to my son's John Deere tractor is a lime tree that we're eventually going to plant, but we haven't decided where yet. Oh, and then we also have pickles in this lovely container garden right here. And then that gray container will be going away. We've been using it to clear the leaves that we had all over the place. So that's the garden, other than we also have my orange trees that are flowering right now, and they smell amazing. You can see they're building some new houses behind me, but these orange trees smell amazing. So something else I thought you guys might like to see is inside my little greenhouse here. We have cauliflower, broccoli, pepper, the cherry tomato, and the pole tomato. Most of them aren't even blossoming, like seeding yet, but the broccoli just came up today, so I wanted to show you that. Everything else, we're just waiting. But exciting stuff happening. All right, so that about explains most of the stuff I kind of planned on talking about today. My goal eventually is to get chickens, although they have chickens in the property behind me, and I'm kind of excited to see them every day. I'd like to eventually have my own, but I think I really want to master being able to raise some of our own fruits and vegetables first, and then I'll get chickens so I can have some eggs. Otherwise, you know, we're just working on trying to like clean this place up a little bit more, and make it feel a little bit more like a home, and make us enjoy coming outside so that we're a little less likely to let the garden go so badly as we did the last time. Earlier you saw the video of all the stuff that needed to happen, and now you see kind of the finished product, and what my process is essentially is, you know, looking to see how many I can fit in a square foot and putting that in. But I also plan everything out in detail with my planner. I list out all the different vegetables and plants that I'm gonna need, and I go and try to buy all of them at once. That wasn't possible this time. The garden center didn't have everything that I needed, but they had most things. And now we're just gonna try to live on our nice little homestead and see how things go. Here's hoping that this year's spring garden is even more proliferative than the last one, and that I get to eat more than just lettuce out of it this time. All right, thanks for joining me today. I'm Stacey Menton from singingmamashomestead.com, and I wish you success on your wellness journey.